It has always been an art form that challenges both time and space, creating a lasting expression through centuries to remind us of a meaning we often take for granted. To honor the conceptualization of an idea, the recollection of a memory, or to commemorate a monumental discovery.
One of the things we wanted to achieve was to have pieces created that would allow visitors to EQ and Equatorial Plaza to stop, take a look, appreciate, and think about what the pieces mean. And hopefully that the pieces that would reflect part of the country's past and also give a hint as to what the future might be as well.
The Equatorial Hotel of Kuala Lumpur has entrusted Nizam Abdullah of Nizamsculpture Studio with shaping their vision for enhancing their architectural space to intensify guest experience.
I graduated in fine art and I majored in sculpture. So my life evolved around art, and to have my sculpture to be exhibit public, especially in EQ, basically is a dream come true to me.
Nizamsculpture Studio has conceptualized 2 sets of bronze sculptures. The first one showcasing the childhood innocence of a typical Malaysian children game of Sorok-Sorok in the vicinity of an urban setting. The next sculpture embodies the proverbial principle of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, portrayed in subtle yet effective technological standpoint.
One of the things that we did when we demolished the original Equatorial Hotel was to make sure that we had salvaged some of the metal that we could one day find a use for. And so when we approached Nizam to create some sculptures, the idea was to use part of that metal in the sculptures so that the finished product would essentially be created with some DNA of the original hotel. And I think that makes a fascinating story.
So basically, to immortalize the salvaged copper from the old building into a new form of sculpture. Jogja is a place of art, full of talent, dan to have my factory there is the best place for art production, dan juga untuk I sendiri pun the barrier of communication senang, so all the details kita boleh bincang dengan senang. Mula-mula dalam proses pembuatan the bronze sculpture, kita mula dengan clay carving. Masa itulah kita perlu dapat all the details of the sculpture, the position, the life size, the sketches, everything need to be perfect to make the final sculpture. Selepas tu kita guna fiberglass sebagai jadikan the master mold. Daripada master mold tu kita akan lebuhkan bronze dan juga copper yang diberi oleh EQ dan kita tuang di dalam master mold fiberglass untuk membentukkan sculpture tu.
So much work has gone into the creation of this new EQ and Equatorial Plaza, and I, on behalf of the other directors, would like to express our sincere gratitude to everybody who's worked on this project. Seeing it come into fruition and seeing the fantastic response that guests have had is just vindication that what we set out to do, we've managed to achieve.
Setiap sculpture yang hebat bermula dari kisah cerita yang lebih hebat. That's why we want to bring this sculpture into EQ.
Through this collaboration, both EQ and Nizamsculpture Studio believe they've created a new standard of design, both expressing their passion for arts and preserving the antiquities of hospitality. Design, uncompromised, innovative, everlasting.